Hello everyone, Carson here, and welcome back to the channel. Now, in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a new crypto platform called ROBOTERA. It's a new P2E Metaverse game that a lot of people do seem to be interested in. So we're going to be taking a look at it, seeing if it is all it's chalked up to be, and seeing if it's a good investment. Now, before we do get into this review, I just have to say that nothing I say is financial advice, so take everything that I'm gonna say about this platform with a grain of salt. And now, let's go ahead and get into the video. As you can see, ROBOTERA is currently in pre-sale. It's the next big P2E Metaverse game, and you essentially get to become a robot to essentially discover, play, and earn. Of course, they have the Taro token, which is going to power their Metaverse, and it's on pre-sale, so if this platform does seem to be of interest to you, now might be a good time to check it out and, collect some tokens. Now, as you can see, it's featured in all these different magazines, online news websites. All these different places do feature ROBOTERA and have talked about the project. So, it is worth knowing that it is, at least valid in terms of that. There are a lot of people talking about it, and it does very much seem to be interesting. Now, it's fully audited and KYC verified, so as you can see, it's protected and Team KYC verified by CoinSniper, and of course the contract code is fully audited by Shark Team. So, that's very good, means you're not going to have any issues in terms of security in those aspects. That's something you want every crypto project you invest in to have, so that is one step in the right direction. Now, of course, they take you through the steps of how to buy the project, their ecosystem, everything else. But we're going to look at the ecosystem because that's an interesting aspect to me. Now, the ROBOTERA building is essentially a sandbox-like planet rebuilding metaverse. So you're going to become a robot, manage your own land, and participate in the creation of the world. Now, it can also acquire resources from the land, create robot companions, and more. So everything you can imagine and start, you can essentially make a new era with other robots. Now, they have a roadmap because as their multiverse evolves, so does our roadmap. So here's a roadmap so far. You could go through that if you wanted to know what they have planned for the future. But let's go ahead and take a bit more closer looks at the information of this project and what it actually does. So, essentially, their token pre-sale is starting soon, so you can get in and become part of the ROBOTERA game. Now, as you can see, here is a close look at the project. A look at some of the characters you can get. First thoughts, they do look cool. They look kind of, like in Minecraft-inspired almost voxel art, which is always cool. Always has potential to go big. Now, ROBOTERA is building a sandbox-like, style metaverse. So essentially, it provides a shared metaverse that connects with other worlds, so you can open theme parks, concerts, museums, and more. So it seems a lot like, almost like Roblox or like Minecraft in terms of the design of the project or how it's supposed to be. So, you can participate in creating buildings or NFTs, you can use the editor to create land or robots, you can explore special spaces and find rewards, you can participate in quest challenges in the central city and win rewards there as well, you can invite NFTs from other communities to enter the theme park, you can participate in concerts and events to build an interactive ecosystem, and you can even build a new metaverse with other NFT communities. All of this is super interesting, and it does seem like there's a lot of gameplay that you have the potential to access. It's very interesting, especially because of the robot, essentially, the robot take on things for the metaverse. You have characters that belong to 7 different factions with different attributes and advantages, and of course, holding these NFTs is going to give you a lot of benefits. Here, it looks like are these 7 different factions. You can take a look at them. They all look very cool. And these are, these are very cool character designs. I could definitely see someone wanting to collect these. Now, these NFTs also provide special benefits to players. You have the right to rent and trade your robot or robot companion to earn. You can mine minerals from the land, build components, and craft your own robot companions. You can receive airdrops of ROBOTERA or even third-party brand rewards. And of course, you can become a part of the community and have the right to vote on the development of the project. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the land. Now, ROBOTERA has 7 different continents, all made up of different land. Each piece of land is going to be a unique NFT, and holding a robot NFT will give you the chance to mint land. So essentially, this is your land, and you can use your imagination to create a beautiful sky garden, or even a luxurious and magnificent underground palace. So you can build anything you like. Now, once again, this is why I say it does seem similar to Minecraft, in so far as the aspect that it's voxel art, and it does seemingly have a sandbox element to it. That's going to be really cool to see how it plays out and how it's implemented to be actually new and unique. That is a concern of mine, that the game itself might just seem to fall short of some other voxel art sandbox builders out there. With that being said, the fact that it is on the Metaverse is already very cool, so that alone could help propel it forward past some of these other projects. Now, as you can see, different lands have different geographical coordinates. You can own land and freely trade or lease to generate passive income, and there's a bunch of different information about the operation of land. So you can mine resources under land to obtain components for making companions. You can play, visit the scenery of your own land, or visit and play on the land of other players. Obviously, you can use item blocks to construct buildings or decorations on your land. You can use item blocks to construct buildings or decorations on land via energy construction. You can use factory production, making components in the factory, which will give you more robot companions. And of course, you can gather land and trees to obtain materials for building houses and processing plants. Now, of course, there's a lot more information about the robot editor and even your robot companion, which can assist robots in completing tasks and needs to be manufactured through the machine component workbench and robot companion workbench. Now, as you can see, the roadmap, we will dive a bit into the roadmap here just to take a look at it. They're going to be completing the Creative Land Editor 1.0 in around 2022. Now, it goes on, and obviously, eventually, it's going to lead up to building the Alpha Metaverse Galaxy and introducing even more gameplay, as well as introducing VR and AR to realize the integration of reality and virtual reality and launch a new experience mode. Now, admittedly, if they manage to actually succeed on this, it's going to be very impressive. It's going to be very cool to see how this game will work in virtual reality. Now, here is all the latest news they have, as you can see, so you can always check that out if you're interested in that. But let's go ahead and summarize this up and talk about my thoughts on ROBOTERA and how it's going to work. So, let's talk about it. ROBOTERA does seem to be a very interesting and engaging project, in my opinion.